Hey guys, welcome back to another how-to video. Now in today's video we're going to be doing some brakes. Before we do that, we have to brake our nuts. If you guys enjoy that little funny skits. First I'm going to start by taking out the rear wheels, do the rear brakes first. Then we're going to do the front brakes, so it might be a little bit easier. We're done Corvette brakes. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. We're going to jack up from the rear and then take off these wheels, start taking apart the hats and all the other good stuff. Safest place to jack up Corvette, right there on that rear brace. You're not going to bend anything or break anything. Just keep on jacking up nice and slow. And soon she'll be wheels off the ground. Let's get it. So, getting the wheel off, we can see that we need to take apart the back caliper bolts, which are going to be these big old guys right here. They look like an 18, and we're going to need to take these off as well, the slider pin bolts, so we can move the caliper from the housing and the pads and all that other good stuff. Pads, they're still relatively meaty. These are the backs, so they're not too bad. There's a little bit of lip going on the rotor, but other than that, still looks pretty good. But alright guys, so actually she's not 18, she's 21, even better. So now we're gonna rip this thing down, put some pressure on it. We gotta be careful of that air duct. I think we're gonna be able to put some pressure on here. Nope. Oh, puppy. Yeah, there you go. How you do it, guys. Go from underneath and pull it down. Unloosen all the bolts now, and it should start sliding out just like that. I'm gonna get the bottom one out now. Hold on. Ray's nut is stuck inside the 21. So you can see right here we have our brake pads off and everything now. It looks like we're just gonna be able to push them right out, and they still have the whistling tab on there available. Boom, that's brake number. Wow, these things are so skinny. Wow, skinny little thing. I'm gonna move this one out too. And I hope his kit does come with hardware, because it's always good to replace your hardware. We're gonna have to take the main sliding pins out now, but basically we got this part off. And now the hat, the main enchilada. Hell yeah. Now when we find our new rear rotor, place it right back on there. Alright, so we got our massive big black brakes out of the bag. Now, so these brakes right here are drilled and slotted. Thing is, when you're doing drilled and slotted, you want these to go in the direction of the wheel. So we have our left one right over here, and we put these on, they're going the opposite direction. Now it really doesn't matter which way, but preferences of my own OCD. We're gonna have these fins going the same way. So to put them on, it's really easy. You just like so, and then that's it. Kidding. We gotta get the brake pads and all the good stuff in. So let's find out which ones are our pads. Alright guys, so our box did not come with hardware, which is a little disappointing on R1 Concepts end, but we are gonna just find our old hardware and we use that. So you can see these are our old brake pads. These are our new brake pads. They are twice the size. So for sure we're gonna have to take apart this whole thing and squeeze in that caliper, and hopefully we can get these things on there. Let's get it. We're gonna be doing now, we're gonna get our slider pins off. I know you guys see me put the whole thing, but we gotta put our pads in. So in order to do that, we need to get grip of this thing and take these sliding pins out. So in order to get these pins out, these are a little old, so we are gonna use a 5/8 or 15 and some channel locks to help hold in the other nut, because I do not have a 17 open end. Bolt number 1 out. Now let's get the bottom one out. Hey guys, so now to take off this whole entire piece from this whole bracket so we can push the piston in and get these big massive brakes inside, we're gonna go ahead and take our 5/8 socket to 15 as well. You want to start off with the bottom one, so that way you can put a lot of torque into it, and then obviously work your way to the top. Don't take the screws out all the way, just leave them in just a little bit, so that way you can take both bolts out with no worries. Now if you do get stuck, you could use a 17, or in this case I use channel locks to hold in the sliding bolts, because sometimes they do stick a little bit. Basically you want to remove this whole face right here. We're going to push in this piston right here, that way we get our big massive brakes in. Get our ratchet, and we're going to basically push pressure on this housing right here, and hopefully this goes in a little bit more so we can squeeze in our brake pads. Let's get it. Just like that. It's nice and flush. You can see right there, it's super flat. So now we should be able to slide that baby right on now. Alright guys, so just like that, you've got your two 15s, the brakes all assembled. I want to go ahead and get the other side assembled, and then I'm going to show you the front side, and then we're going to show you the wheels all together with the black rotors. I think it looks pretty cool. Of course, this part's going to stay black. This part's going to trim chrome over time. Yes, it's painted, but it's actually coated from R1 Concepts. So enough of me yapping, let's hop in the front end and get the rest done. Oh, these are much easier. You saw that broke easy? Alright guys, so basically now what we're doing is the same exact way. We got our 5/8, we've got our crescent wrench, and then we also have the 21. Can you do something for me? We're gonna do that, take apart the whole rotor. I'm gonna show you guys the process right now. Let's jump right into it. So first, I know it's kind of dark and everything, but there's basically going to be the two quarter pin sliding bolts. We're going to start off attacking those first, and we're just going to loosen them up, not take them off all the way, because we want to be able to take off both bolts, and they require a little pressure. So just like that, and a little bit of movie magic. You can push pause on the recording and turn the phone off right now. Alright guys, so I got the two bolts in the back loosened, and now we're going to take the main caliper face off. It's cool because it's got two pistons on there, of course, because this is a big face rotor, and you can see just how gigantic these pads are. Now these still have some relatively good meat. I can show you guys the new ones. You can see that these are basically twice the size. So yes, even though this car doesn't need brakes, it's still a very good idea to change everything out. And it's what he wants to go with too. He wants to go with the black face bezel and everything like that on there. So like I said, with the back ones, we're gonna now get the 21s out, knock this rotor off, and I'll catch you guys when we are knocking off the rotor. Alright guys, so the process is the same exact way to take these off. Basically we have a 21. My apologies, I didn't show you that, but basically now we have our hub here. Once you pop it off the hub, come up pretty easy. I also turned the wheel to get this lower one out because of the knuckle right here. I know it's hard to see in the dark and stuff, but basically you get the 21, knock it out, then you're able to remove the rotor. Once you remove the rotor and you remove the caliper bracket and the sliding pin bolts, you can basically switch these out. It was super easy compared to the Fiat 500 Pop and the Nissan Versa. The Pop requires some pins and clips, but it's crazy that sports cars are a lot easier to fix than base models. Makes no sense. But now I'm going to show you guys a clip of the brakes around the entire vehicle and how they look now with the drilled and slotted rotors. Alright, there you guys have it. There you go. Everything is done. You can see kind of close up. It's got a black hat now instead of a dusty, crusty one, and it's got drilled and slotted. The advantages of these brakes and rotors basically is that it will help with the cooling. So this is a Corvette. So there you go, all four corners, got everything done. Honestly, it wasn't too bad of a job, guys. One more time, just tools you're gonna need. You're gonna need a 21, you're gonna need a 19, you're gonna need a 5/8 or a 15 preferably. You're gonna need a set of these guys right here, or you can use the proper ones for the sliding pins. Breaker bar, little breaker bar, and a little breaker bar, and a little one. Well, I mean, I use the big ratchet right here to help get inside with the 21s. Then this one's for the wheels, and then this one right here is going to be for, you know, breaking anything else off after, you know, this guy can't take it. So basically quicker for this one. So those are the only tools you really need. If you don't have all these breaker bars, totally fine. You can use just a normal one right here with this ratchet, but it does take a lot of torque down. So also going to need wheel lock if you have wheel locks, but it's all the tools. It's everything you need to know. So yeah, guys, comment down below What do you think about the new fit? I feel like an anime character. Just kidding. I kind of just wear this today because honestly, it's cold out, but you know, might as well just chill out a little bit. So I got all this dust and everything on me. So definitely subscribe. Make sure to watch all the videos on the channel. I am going to be cleaning up everything. So there's going to be playlists now, guys, where you can just leave a video on and just keep watching on a loop, on a loop, on a loop. So make sure to subscribe, comment, all that other good stuff. And as always, guys, stay safe and stay chill.